Welcome to the Daily Field at the Frank R. Campbell Stadium here in Danville, Virginia. My name is Carlos Soli, and I have the honor of commentating this evening's game for you guys. On the menu tonight, we have the Greensboro Pride visiting to play against the Averett University Cougars. This is a game rich in history and tradition, something you will struggle to find anywhere else on the globe, a contest which consistently consists of complexities and controversies. The game will kick off soon here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. We have the starting lineups in, so let's start with the visiting team from Greensboro. Number 4, Ashley Linker. Number 7, Addison Cole. Number 10, Claire Friedlander. Number 14, Kaylee Petrowskis. Number 15, Kendall Cam. Number 18, Shay Brennan. Number 19, Cameron Marcondes. Number 22, Rosie Tagg. Number 25, Abby Sanzota. Number 27, Alex Dawn. And number 33, Cheyenne Hansen. And for the Averett University Cougars, number 1, Krista Heinbaugh. Number 2, Gabriela Alvarado. Number 3, Selena Pelletant. Number 4, Mackenzie Overly. Number 7, Maddie Pedraza. Number 8, Lucia Sanchez. Number 13, Isabel Evans. Number 15, Delaney Haymore. Number 20, Isabella Kelly. Number 22, Gianna Minafo. And number 29, Erika Lindström. As the players take the field, we'll be back here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College after the national anthem. Now that the formalities are out of the way, let's talk some soccer. Both teams have opened the season with one win and one draw. Greensboro beat EMU's 3-0 and drew against Bob Jones University 0-0, whilst Averett won away to Pfeiffer and drew uh, at home to Salem College in a thrilling game which ended 3-3. For those who watched the last game, that was a very intense game. Um, it wasn't the prettiest in terms of structure, in terms of short passing, but the duels, especially between the Averett center backs and the Salem College striker, was very intense and very fun for the neutral fan. And it was so much spaces in behind and in between lines, and then the direct passing and so on. And Averett started that game so strong, and they're hoping to start the game in a similar fashion. They went out and got a 2-0 advantage quickly, but Salem College responded very well with two quick goals in behind. So there are definitely a lot of things that can happen. This game will probably not have the same kind of image in the sense that it's two different teams tactically. Last game versus Salem College, they were two different teams tactically, yes, but those tactical matchups meant that it would become more of a running game, two teams that are so different tactically that it will create certain situations that you can't really predict beforehand. Whilst here we will see a lot of possession, and we might see possession that goes on for longer periods of time compared to the game versus Salem College. So this is definitely a totally different kind of game, but this means that there could be a lot more control, but that means that one slip up, that one lapse of concentration could lead to something that could change the course of this game. Averett are coming up against a very good team. Greensboro have made the USA South semifinals 3 years in a row. This indicates this is a team that no matter what will get the job done. They have a big squad, especially compared to Averett. That has been a struggle this year. When the game was 3-3 in the dying minutes at home, Averett struggled with both physical and tactical flexibility and rotation due to the lack of squad depth. So that has been a struggle, but they've still been very impressive in the way they've gone about things. They seem to have a system in lock, and when you have a smaller squad, it's easier to get everyone on the same page. Everyone feels like they're a part of the team. So there are certainly advantages to the smaller squad, but when you have such a big squad like Greensboro does, you can see on each bench, like just the two contrasts. So Greensboro will have big advantages going towards the end of the game. Historically, this has been somewhat one-sided. The two teams have played against each other every year since 1993. Averett have won 7, whilst Greensboro have won 26, and twice has it ended in a draw. Averett won the most recent matchup 4-1 here in Danville, Virginia last year, so you never know what soccer brings. As the game kicks off, Minifo down to Pelitant. Her pass is intercepted. Evans trying to get ahead. She's not able to maintain it, and it's all the way back down in Greensboro's defensive third. Hunston now, the goalkeeper for Greensboro, passes out to her center back. As she advances up the field on the right-hand side, she sends it longer. It's intercepted by Lindström. Alvarado has it. She tries to find it back to Lindström. They're not able to connect, and Greensboro can now launch a counterattack. They continue down this right-hand side as they advance. It's down the line. Kelly does a great job of reading it. She intercepts and sends it all the way back to her goalkeeper, who today is Krista Heinbaugh. Heinbaugh is pressured. She finds Sanchez. Sanchez. Heinbaugh's pass is intercepted and it bounces back to Sanchez. Sanchez finds Kelly. Kelly sees space in front of her. She runs into it. She finds Minifo, who finds Evans. Evans entering the final third. She finishes, and it's just wide. It's wide of Hunston's net. Hunston is a very important player to keep an eye on today. She's impressed so far with 8 saves in the opening 2 games, thus earning the USA South Rookie of the Week. So she's definitely someone to keep an eye on. And similarly, for number 18, Shea Brennan, she will also be important. She scored 5 goals and assisted 4 last season, with 2 of her goals being game winners. So she knows when to score in those clutch moments, which are so important to make the most out of. And those are the moments that really define your season. As Greensboro advance, they switch the point of attack from left to right. Overly gets her foot in, but she's not able to intercept. Greensboro maintain possession. From right to left and then back again. It's a cross inside the box. It's in between the 2 center backs as a Greensboro player gets a foot onto it. Behind Ba. With a sigh of relief as she's able to claim it. And she's under no pressure. She has time to assess her options. She sends it short to Kelly. Back to Heinbaugh. Heinbaugh over to right back to today's Lucia Sanchez. Sanchez finds Pedraza with a first-time touch over to Haymore. Haymore trying to find Evans in behind, but her pass is intercepted. Once again, Averett have the ball. Now in their defensive third. All the way back to goalkeeper. Heinbaugh has it. She finds Lindström. Lindström trying to get it under control, but it bounces, and now Greensboro have it. Greensboro going all the way to the other side, and then back again into the middle. It's a pass in behind, and they're inside the box, and it's miscontrolled, and it goes out for a goal kick in favor of the Averett University Cougars. Back to number 18, Shea Brennan. Her efforts last year earned her a first-team all-conference honors as a result. So she is someone of very high quality that can have a big say in how this game turns out. The goal kick is taken short as it finds Kelly, but her pass is intercepted. But the referee deems there was an offside all the way on the attacking left-hand side for Greensboro. So it ends up in a free kick for the Cougars. Kelly sends it long. She tries to find her striker, but her pass is intercepted. It bounces to Pedraza. Greensboro maintain possession as they go all the way back. Switching the point of attack from left to right. It goes out for a throw-in and is taken quickly as Greensboro advance, and they're inside of the box. But no one was able to pounce on the cross. The cross was a teasing pass in between the goalkeeper and the center backs, but nobody was able to pounce on it, and Averett are grateful that they're able to maintain control of the ball. Heinbaugh finds Kelly. Kelly sends it up to Evans. Evans beautifully turns her defender. She advances. But she's tackled, and it's a beautiful recovery tackle. And Greensboro can now launch a counterattack. And they try to do so. Trying to find someone in behind. They're not able to connect, and it's a first-time clearance, which is intercepted. Greensboro maintain possession, now entering the attacking third. Now on the right-hand side, a pass which was intended for Petrauskis was intercepted. It was cleared, and it goes out for a throw-in deep inside the Averett half in favor of the Pride. Greensboro have done a really good job of maintaining possession. Short passes, not rushing anything, just trying to move Averett. As the cross inside of the box, it bounces. It's partially cleared. Kelly once again getting a foot onto it. Overly and Alvarado not able to cooperate. Overly clears it. And once again, it is Greensboro who win the second ball, and they once again have possession on this right-hand side. But now it's out for a throw-in in favor of the Cougars, Alvarado and Overly on the left-hand side. Overly trying to find her striker, but she's not able to. As Greensboro are showing a very patient approach, very different to what we saw from Salem College. who came here earlier in the week, played 3-3 against Averett in a thrilling game, but that game we saw a totally different opponent for Averett. Salem College weren't very much interested in maintaining possession whenever they could, but Greensboro, I mean, it seems like their game is to maintain possession. So it's a very different team. Salem College were very eager to get in behind and get numbers up and not really try to maintain possession, but just try to catch Averett off guard, and they were able to do so on a number of occasions. So how Averett will deal with a totally different opponent will be very interesting to see, as Heinbach sends it long. Her pass is intercepted, but bounces out, and it's a new goal kick in her favor. For Averett, I mean, the player to watch is Isabel Evans. In her first 2 games, she has 2 goals and 2 assists. It's earned her ODAC Player of the Week, and that's well deserved. I mean, when you're able to create and score in equal measure, you're doing something right, and especially with Averett, when they have such a thin squad, they have to rely on their seniors, especially to step up, and she's stepped up and really filled that gap up front. She played a lot as left winger last year, but this year she's played more up front, and she's been able to use her technical prowess to a great extent in that center forward role. As Greensboro now have the ball, they sense there's no space in behind and go backwards once again to find a new opening. It's a pass in behind, but Kelly does such a good job of reading it and getting out of harm's way. She's another player to watch in that trident with herself, Pelletant, and Lindström. Lindström, who now sends the ball up and finds Evans. Lindström is a very important player in terms of maintaining possession and calming the play down, but also reading the game, knowing when to get in behind and knowing when to just maintain possession and wait for another opportunity. And how she covers space, and how she gets in front of passes or covers, and her relation with the 2 center backs behind her is very important. We've discussed the relation between the 2 center backs, Kelly and Pelletant, before, how they've worked very well with one another despite the short time they've played together. And we've seen on multiple occasions that both the center backs are very much willing to be on the front foot, but also cover for one another when necessary. A beautiful pass in behind, which goes over the head of Overly, and now it's on the right-hand side. Overly does a good job of reading the dribble and tackling it. It's the knee of Lindström. Lindström trying to get to Overly. She's not able to, as it's a cross in. And it goes over the bar, and it's out for a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. All the players we mentioned for Averett that we deemed important all are in that spine of the team. The center backs, the holding midfielder, and that striker, because they are the ones that link the team together. Averett, we've mentioned before that they are keen to attack through wide play and also defend wide. But we also see now Greensboro are keen to attack wide, which means if Greensboro are keen to get crosses in from wide areas, there will be space in the middle. So how Averett will attack that, but also defend that, will be very important. It's a very common approach to use the wide areas and create overloads, a numerical superiority, to then find spaces in central areas. But if Averett play their cards right, this might fall into their hands and end up as an advantage for them. As the pass in behind finds Heinbach. Heinbach sends it long to Evans. She's in an aerial duel. She draws the foul. She's ushering her team forward, trying to ease the pressure on their defenders by sending it long. Evans herself goes higher up, trying to get into that attacking third and letting Kelly take it long. Kelly sends it long. She finds Lindström. It's flicked on. It goes to Alvarado. Alvarado gets a foot on it, but it's intercepted. Sanchez does a good job of finding Haymore. playing a 1-2 with Haymore. It bounces out to her as she's on the right-hand side. Greensboro win it back. Pedraza does a good job of getting a toe onto it, trying to get it to Sanchez, but they're not able to as Greensboro now. Greensboro have shown great execution of those switches from left to right, trying to expose Averett when they're in transition by trying to find the space on the other side of the pitch. As the pass inside connects, but it bounces around. No team really able to maintain control. The clearance by Peloton goes out. It finds Addison Cole, who sends it out to Rosie Tag. Now, it's on the left-hand side. Goes past Evans. Evans does a good job of recovering and sending it out for a throw-in. Pride takes it quickly. It's cleared, and it hits a Greensboro defender and goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Cougars inside their own half. Throw-in is taken short. It bounces around. It finds Pedraza. Pedraza able to deceive one and pass it onwards to Sanchez. Still, neither team being able to maintain control. Haymore has it now, finds Sanchez. Sanchez all the way back to Heinbaugh. Greensboro applying pressure, first time clearance, finds Lindström. Sansoda in the middle, finds her fullback, who does a good job of getting past Haymore. Haymore trying to get a foot in, she's just a little too late. And she commits a foul inside the Averett half, between the 30-yard line and the 20-yard line, all the way on the left-hand side in favor of the Pride. A right-footed player set to take it. As it's swung in, it goes deep. Lindström able to get something onto it. It goes to the second-hand post, and it's in. A beautifully worked set piece goes in as the Greensboro Pride get a 1-0 advantage with 30 minutes and 55 seconds left of the first half. Still a lot of soccer to be played. A well-worked set piece finds the second-hand post, and it goes in. And the final touch was by number 14, Kaylee Petrauskis. She did good. She did a good job of getting away from her marker, and then she had an open net. Averett now 1-0 behind. This is the first time they're behind this season, so how they'll react to that only time will tell. As Haymore, who's been very direct this year, has her first look of being able to cut inside, and she finds Evans. Evans able to maintain possession. She finds Pedraza. Pedraza with a player in her back. She gets intercepted. We're witnessing two teams who really want to dominate possession and play shorter passes, attract the press of the opponent, and then exploiting the space wherever they go. So we'll see two very technical and tactically well-matched teams in terms of level. They have a very similar level, but also in terms of mindset and what they go out wanting to do. Salem College held their own in the game versus Averett here earlier in the week, but they were very different tactically. But now we're seeing two teams who are trying to play the same kind of soccer. So how that will turn out, only time will tell, as Overly sends it in behind, trying to find Evans. They weren't able to connect. As Tag finds Hunston. Hunston sends it all the way over. She finds Brennan. Goes all the way back to the center back. It's sent long. They try to send it past Overly. But Overly finds Lindström. Lindström to Kelly. Kelly to Sanchez. Sanchez back to Kelly. First time to Pedraza. Pedraza with a lot of pressure on her. Finds Haymore high up the pitch. Haymore and Evans with a beautiful 1-2. It's just a little too much power on the pass, and it goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Pride inside their own half. So those were the signs of what Averett tried to do. Once they win the ball, they try to play it short, try to get the opponent, draw them out, and then exploit the spaces that they leave in between defensive and midfield lines or in behind, whatever it may be. As Lindström, who's so important for Averett in terms of maintaining possession and dictating the tempo of the play, she sends it all the way back to Kelly, and it ends up with Heinbaugh. Heinbaugh finds Pedraza. Pedraza able to weave past. Her pass got in between the center backs, but Kelly did a good job of reading it. Peloton trying to find Overly. They're not able to connect, and it goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Pride inside the Cougar half. It's a deep throw-in which goes in behind, but it's intercepted by Lindström. Greensboro trying to get in behind Overly once again on the side of Petrauskis, but they're not able to as it goes out for another throw-in. A beautiful touch by Minafo. She finds Lindström. Lindström is tackled, but Peloton does a good job of reading it. Finding Sanchez. Sanchez finds Haymore in a foot battle with Brennan. She does a good job of nudging past her. And now she's entering the box. She's inside the box. She finishes. Hansen is forced to parry, and that's a great chance by Averett. A beautifully constructed attack from back to front on this right-hand side. Haymore did such a good job of shrugging off Brennan, getting past her, and trying to finish in that bottom left corner. It's a good shot, and the goalkeeper is forced to parry. Overly takes it, trying to find the head of Evans. Evans does get her head onto it. She's trying to flick it, but she doesn't connect with anyone, and it's out for another throw-in. The throw-in finds Alvarado. Alvarado trying to find Pedraza, but it's intercepted out for another throw-in. It's taken as find Lindström. Lindström finds Alvarado. Alvarado trying to get it in. Her cross is deflected twice, first off of her opponent and then off of herself as it goes out for a goal kick in favor of Hansen. Hansen racking up another save so far this season. She's shown her shot-stopping ability to be of high quality. Averett will be forced to do a very good job of getting past her. But Greensboro as well, despite their goal, they will have to do a very good job of getting past Heinbaugh, who has made that position her own so far this season. She's been very impressive. As Greensboro attack and the shot is blocked, they maintain possession. It's a finish. It's blocked once again. It's another finish. And it's high, and it goes out for a goal kick in favor of Heinbaugh. Despite Greensboro having the 1-0 advantage, 7 out of their 9 losses last year was on the road, including a 4-1 loss here last season. So Averett will feel like there's a certain energy where they can make the most out of this game and come back and get the 3 points, but giving yourself a 1-0 disadvantage makes it very difficult. As the ball goes out for a throw-in, it's in the hands of Sanchez. Sanchez takes it short to Haymore, back to Sanchez. Sanchez into Pedraza. Pedraza first time to Kelly. Kelly first time to Heinbaugh. Heinbaugh takes a touch. She sends it long. As it finds Haymore, they continue on this right-hand side. Haymore is fouled. Heinbaugh is forced to send a lot more longer passes than she did last game. A lot of the game, Averett were able to maintain possession in their own defensive third. But today, Greensboro have intensified the press in comparison to Salem College. The free kick is intercepted and it bounces around. It finds Pedraza. Pedraza not able to maintain control as Greensboro now have it. Pelleton tight on her back. And they find space in behind Sanchez, but now Haymore trying to get there. It's a cross inside, and it's another goal. It's 2-0. It's a beautifully worked attack. And it's Kendall Cam who got the last touch. Greensboro did a really good job of winning the ball high up the pitch and then finding the space in behind Sanchez. Haymore with a very noble effort in trying to get back, trying to intercept the cross. She's just not able to get there in time as the cross is beautifully placed onto the second post, and all it needed to was get a foot onto it, and it's 2-0 to Greensboro. This is totally different to what we saw versus Salem College. It was Averett who quickly got a 2-0 advantage, but now they're 2-0 behind. But Averett have had their moments. There are spaces to exploit, and there is still a lot of soccer to be played. 23 and a half minutes left of this half alone, and then another 45 minutes. As Petrowska is trying to find her striker, but she's not able to as the ball goes out for a throw-in. Lindström finds Parks. Parks, who replaces Overly on as the left fullback. Overly just got substituted out. Minifo trying to find Lindström. She's not able to as Greensboro once again are on the attack. They enter the box on the left-hand side. It's another cross. And it's just wide. That was fish nor bird, to put it in Norwegian terms. Det var ikke fugl eller fisk, as we say. Just because it felt like it wasn't a shot nor a cross in the sense of the space it went into. Behind but seemed to have control, and she's able to see it go out as she's forced to send long. She finds Alvarado. Alvarado with a first-time pass to Parks. It bounces off her back as she tries to find Alvarado once again, but they're not able to. Alvarado with a good tackle, but it bounces around, and Greensboro once again maintain possession. Evans now getting stuck in as it finds Pedraza. Pedraza with a first-time clearance. Averett forced being deep. Evans, who is a striker, you can see that she's forced being deep. She's trying to get some connection to the play, but there isn't much connection to be had as of right now. You can see Minifo is the Averett player highest up until Evans now, and Minifo was almost in her own defensive third. So Greensboro are really pegging Averett back, making it very difficult, and making the spaces smaller for Averett to play out of the back once they win it. Lindström trying to find Alvarado. Her pass is intercepted by Petrowskis. With a first-time pass in behind. It bounces around. Kelly gets her left foot onto it and clears it for a throw-in in favor of Greensboro inside the Cougar half. It's taken quickly. It's taken short. Pelleton does a good job of getting stuck in, and she wins a throw-in in her favor. As there is substitution for Averett. It's Alvarado out and number 14, Ava Norris, who comes in. Head coach Colton Dutchess must have seen something he doesn't like, as he does 2 substitutions in quick succession. But when you have such a thin squad, it's very understandable. The tactical and physical rotation and flexibility is very hard to come by. So for a physical standpoint, you need to make changes when you can. But as a player, you are happy with the game time you get. That's just what every player wants. They want to get game time. And when you have a smaller squad and you get everyone to be on the same page, everyone will get game time. As Greensboro attack, they try to get in behind and are not far away from connecting the dots, as the pass in behind is strong and it gets in behind, but it's picked up by Heinbaugh. Heinbaugh quick to find Kelly. Kelly trying to get past. She gets stuck in, but her drag was just a little too strong. As the referee has deemed that there was a situation of some sorts. Offside, I believe, as it's a free kick for Averett right inside of their own box. It's sent long by Heinbaugh. Finds Evans with a beautiful touch, trying to find Parks. But it finds the Greensboro right winger instead as the cross is sent in. Goes over the head of Pelletant, but Kelly does a good job of covering as she takes a touch and then clears. Petrauskas takes it. And Greensboro continue on this right-hand side. The cross is intercepted by Pelletant. It bounces around. Evans now on it. Evans and Parks connect. A beautiful turn by Evans. As she sends it long, she's not able to find Haymore in behind. Greensboro continue on the right-hand side. Haymore just a little late to intercept. The referee having a word with her as Greensboro draw a foul right inside of the Cougar half as they switch the point of attack. There's a lot of space forwards as Brennan finds someone in behind. Kelly trying to get in front, and she does enough to force a misplaced cross, and it goes out for a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. Heinbaugh once again finds Kelly. Kelly finds Pedraza. Pedraza to Haymore, back to Pedraza. Pedraza now with space in front of her, finds Minifo. Minifo trying to find Haymore, I believe. She's not able to, as Greensboro once again have the ball inside the Averett half. Lindstrom gets stuck in as the ball bounces to Minifo. Lindstrom with the first time pass out to Evans. Evans trying to orchestrate something as she finds Haymore in behind. And it bounces around, and Haymore has the ball inside of the box. And she's able to get a foot onto it. And it bounces off Rosie Tag, and it goes out for a corner in favor of the Cougars. Evans did get an assist last time out for Kelly by sending a in-swing corner, and it's what she's set to do once again. As she places the ball down, trying to direct her teammate. She sends it in. It goes deep. It finds the second post. And it bounces past Pedraza as Greensboro now launch a counterattack. It goes on to the left-hand side. It's a 2v2 situation. Pelletant against her opponent. She cuts in. And she's deemed offside. Pelletant did a really good job of jockeying, maintaining her pace somewhat low. Her opponent, that is, maintaining her opponent's pace low so that her teammates have the chance to make those recovery runs, and was just about enough. And Averett were able to catch Greensboro offside. The free kick is taken short from Kelly to Heinbaugh, back to Kelly. Kelly with space in front of her. She sends it to Pedraza. They weren't able to connect as Greensboro once again with the ball. Finds Brennan. Brennan sends it long. Trying to get past Parks. And it bounces all the way past Parks as it finds Petrauskas. Petrauskas trying to get inside. Pelletant with the interception. But it bounces around. It's a first-time finish. And it's just wide Heinbach seemed to have her angles covered, but it was dangerous. She did get a good connection onto it. We've seen this is the second substitution round for Greensboro, where we see a handful of substitutions really, and that's the luxury of having such a big squad. You're able to keep players fresh throughout the game. As Lindström finds Parks. Parks finds Evans. Evans with time to turn. She does. Trying to connect with Lindström. She's not able to. Now Greensboro on the attack. Peloton does a good job of reading it. She gets a foot into it. As the ball does find a head inside the box. It's just mistimed and misplaced, and it does go out for a goal kick. Averett have had their moments in this game, but it's been a while since they've had an attack of some sort of danger. Greensboro have done a good job of containing Averett so far. It is Greensboro who have dominated, but despite all their possession, it's in the transitions where they've been very dangerous, and it's when they've won the ball high, as Kelly and Pedraza does a good job of getting the ball from the defensive third into the middle third, now attacking the offensive third. Haymore's pass is deflected, and it goes out for a throw-in deep inside the Greensboro half in favor of the Cougars. This is an opportunity to send players up for Averett as it's taken short. It goes out for another throw-in in the favor of the Cougars. It's taken quickly. As Minifo creates a dangerous opportunity as she flicks it on to Lindström. Lindström with a first-time finish. Hansen able to clutch it as she sends it long. She sends it high in the air. As it went to an aerial duel, as Lindström was in an aerial duel against Robinson, with the Greensboro Pride coming out with the upper hand as they once again attack on this right-hand side. Marcondes trying to find Hillary Grayley, but they're not able to connect, and it goes out for a goal kick in favor of the Cougars as Heinbach places the ball down. She sends it long once again, trying to find Norris. Not able to. Greensboro are making life difficult for Averett now, as Greensboro have the ball high. Kelly slices it, and it bounces in behind. But someone is deemed offside, as it ends up in a free kick in favor of the Cougars. Averett might have to change their game plan. We know Averett as a team that wants to dominate the game in terms of possession and trying to move their opponent and draw press, and then attacking the spaces that the opponent leaves. Very much intricate passing and connections and wall passes and bounce passes, which is very pleasing on the eye, but today might not be a game which is so pleasing on the eye for Averett. They see a team in Greensboro who have started the season well, who have momentum, and are really suffocating Averett this game in terms of making the pitch smaller and pressing them high and so on. Averett might have to let that kind of thing happen, be able to suffer, and then, kind of rest in that defense, just make the pitch compact, make this pitch small, and then be ready to counterattack at any given opportunity. As Greensboro have a throw-in on this left-hand side. It's taken down the line. Sanchez wins her aerial battle, but Greensboro maintain possession. Continuing on the left-hand side. It's a cross-in, intercepted. Pedraza with a first-time clearance, and it goes out for another throw-in on the same side, deep inside of the Averett half. As it's taken quickly. It's taken backwards. Pedraza does a good job of winning the ball back. She's not able to maintain possession. Greensboro once again have it. As it's sent all the way to the other side. Parks able to intercept it. With a little confusion between Parks and Peloton. Peloton is forced to clear it. Another throw-in, this time on the right-hand side. Still in favor of the Pride, just not as deep inside of the Averett half. Parks able to get her shoulder onto it. Once again, throw in. Taken quickly. Greensboro does a good job of maintaining possession on this right-hand side. You can see they attack with numbers, forcing Averett to be deep, but the pass is short. The pass is short, and Haymore does a good job of applying pressure on the center back, which forces her to clear out for a throw-in, maybe giving Averett some breathing space now. As it's a substitution as Erika Lindström goes out, and number 18, Marlee Luckett, goes in. Averett not afforded much breathing space here, as it's another double substitution this time for Greensboro. The throw is taken down the line. It goes back to the thrower. Kelly trying to find someone in behind. She's not able to. As the pass is aimed in behind, but it's intercepted by Parks. Neither team able to get control of it, as Peloton has no doubt in her mind. She sends it long. Clears it, and it's a throw-in once again. Greensboro in behind. They try to cross it from the byline, as they've done so much this game, but they weren't able to connect the dots, and it goes out for a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. The goal kick was taken long, but didn't find Evans. As Greensboro have possession, they send it long. Finds the chest of Kelly, as Kelly ushers the team forward. She finds Luckett, but Luckett wasn't able to maintain possession. Greensboro have it as they enter the middle third. Peloton reads the play. It's a poor possession. It's a poor touch, by the Greensboro player, and she's able to get able to be on the front foot. But Greensboro intercept her pass in behind, as they themselves try to get in behind, but it's deemed offside all the way over on the left-hand side. With just under 6 minutes left, 6 minutes left of this half, it's now or never for Averett in this half. Do they throw the kitchen sink at it, trying to give themselves a lifeline, but risking, Greensboro coming in behind, as they've been so dangerous at? But it's a high risk, high reward. If I'm Averett, I try to get at least one goal or something dangerous to happen. Providing a lifeline of any extent, a goal would be ideal. Slashing the Greensboro advantage in half would do Averett a massive favor. As the pass goes in behind, it's a first-time finish, but it's clutched by Heinba. Heinba does a really good job of getting low, closing all her angles. As she calms the play down, trying to give Averett some breathing space. She sends it long, goes high, trying to find Haymore. Haymore has it. Haymore, when she goes on these runs, she's very dangerous as she goes on the right-hand side trying to find someone in the box. She's not able to. The point I was trying to make earlier was that it would be of great interest for Averett to go into the half with this disadvantage cut in half, even though there's a big risk of Greensboro going in behind. At this point, you got to play the high risk, high reward game. With such little time left, I mean, there's not much else to do. Obviously, the risk and the possible consequences of the risk are severe, but what do you do? As Peloton does a good job of getting her foot onto it, as she finds Pedraza. Pedraza trying to find Luckett. She's not able to as it goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Pride inside Cougar half. It's taken quickly. It's a long shot. Heinbach saw it coming and lets it roll out. Heinbach assessing her options as she sends it short this time, once again to Kelly. Kelly trying to connect with her midfield. Her pass is deflected into the path of Pedraza. Pedraza trying to find Luckett in behind. She's not able to. The throw-in is taken quickly. Sanchez does a good job of getting a foot onto it. Another throw-in in favor of Greensboro is taken quickly in behind. Kelly is able to intercept. Her interception goes out for a throw-in. Once again, it's taken quickly. Greensboro getting closer and closer to the goal. It's a first-time cross into the second post. A very dangerous cross as it almost found Hillary Grayley. The cross does go out for a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. This time, she sends it short to Peloton. Peloton to Parks. Parks trying to find Norris, but they're not able to as Greensboro able to get in behind. Greensboro able to get in behind. And they did a really good job once again of those crosses. They've been able to send those crosses inside the box so dangerously. And it created another chance. Luckily for Averett, it was disallowed for offside as with 1.5 minutes left of the half, it remains 2-0 to Greensboro. Greensboro win the ball high. It's a long shot. Heinbach able to clutch it. She's in it long. It bounces around. It finds the thigh of Norris, I believe, but goes all the way over to the right-hand side. Pedraza with a first-time clearance. The throw-in is taken quickly as Greensboro trying to create a chance. It's a first-time finish. It's dangerous, but it goes out for a goal kick just wide. It's taken long. As they try to find Luckett, they aren't able to connect. Greensboro seem to have a lot of urgency in their throw-ins as they're able to catch Averett off guard. Another long shot. Heinbach once again able to claim it. She sends it long. as the referee blows for the halftime. It's Averett 0, Greensboro 2. We'll be back shortly here on the Averett Sports Network on Flow College.
Flow Sports has changed the game. We created the essential destination NCAA fans deserve. Together, Flow College and NCAA conferences, institutions, and teams have taken all collegiate sports to the next level.
Oh my goodness! Back to Jones. She lets it fly from deep, and she buries it. Oh, a wraparound. He's got some speed down the sideline. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
The new collegiate record belongs to Parker Valby.
In front, Stockfish, offload shot, score!
Smith making three. That is crushed.
It's a touchdown!
Hello and welcome back to the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. Just a little more than 7 minutes left on the clock until the second half starts. Let's break this first half down. Very interesting, very high technical level, very different to the Salem College game as we've discussed earlier. But Averett really struggled with that press. You could see a big reason for that was the midfield, as Averett were able to play short many times between the defensive line, like them between one another. But sometimes there's only two midfielders able to connect with the defensive line. And when there's three midfielders for Greensboro, they will always have that advantage with one man more in the middle. It wasn't always like that, but what I noticed at least, sometimes there was one Greensboro player left alone, not needing to mark anyone. So she's free to do whatever the team needs, and that just makes it more difficult for Averett to play out of the back. So that was a big struggle. Averett, who pride themselves in the way they play out of the back, maintaining possession, playing soccer that's pleasing on the eye. It was Greensboro who played that way, and this is a real test for Averett. They play against a team at home who have dominated possession, created more chances, suffocated the Averett half, making it difficult for them to get out of their own half. How will they respond to this test? And at times, they did really good of getting in behind and clearing the ball and just getting that pressure off, getting that breathing space a little. Those small things will help you a lot in the long run, but Averett need to, be able to read the game more in the sense of this might not be a game where we dominate possession and create more chances like they did against Salem College. No, this will be a game where they will need to suffer a little bit more, and Averett have the players to get in behind. They have the players to create high-quality chances, and that's what's been the difference so far with the possession. Greensboro, when they've had possession, they've done a good job of sending players up, creating those numerical overloads, and a lot of the times they've been getting around on the wing and sending those very dangerous crosses in. And many of those dangerous crosses have been low crosses, making it easier for the attacker to finish them. So the devil is in the detail, and I think if Averett can just make small adjustments, they don't need to do anything big as of yet. They don't need to make a formational change. They just might need to do something different in terms of player movement or, higher line, lower line, whatever it may be. They just need to find the right balance for this game. This game is totally different to what we saw against Salem College, so the expectations will be very much different. And we knew this game would be difficult in that sense. As Greensboro College, this women's team has accomplished a lot lately. They're 3 years in a row. They've gone to the semifinal of the USA South Conference. But also, they were tipped to be fourth in the regular season in that conference. So they are a very good team. They're a very capable team, and they've shown that so far. And they have so much squad depth. I mean, Averett, you got to throw grace their way just because it is so difficult when you have such a small squad, and everything's understandable at that point. So it's just a lack of tactical flexibility in instances like this, which makes these kind of games very difficult, especially compared to an opponent who has such a big squad. So what Averett will do, only time will tell. We're very excited here at the Averett Sports Network to find out, as it's a little less than 3 minutes left until the game gets going once again. The goals, one came from a set piece and another came from open play. The set piece was well worked. It went from one side to the other. It went deep. Averett weren't able to track their runners, and then Petrauskis found herself alone on the second-hand post with a first-time finish, whilst the second goal came from on the left-hand side, a low cross, which found that space in between the goalkeeper and the center backs, and it went all the way over to the second-hand post from the left-hand side, and someone was able to get a foot onto it. So credit where credit is due to Greensboro, but how can Averett respond? I'm really excited to see. I think it's not as big as one would see. Like, the adjustments needed aren't as big as one would think, just because Averett have the quality and have the intentions. They just need to put themselves in the right spaces, both mentally and physically on the pitch, to be able to execute. Players are at their best when they have tons of space. So how Averett can create space through movement for one another, for their teammates, will be very interesting to see as the Greensboro players have taken to the field. It will be a very intense match, the second half. Averett going into the half with a 2-goal disadvantage. It will be two very different mentalities. How will Greensboro handle having a 2-goal lead? How do you go into that half not getting too comfortable, not getting too sloppy, not getting too lazy? And how does Averett go in there and not feel like the game is done? Because if Averett gets something happening quick, it doesn't necessarily need to be a goal. If Averett gets something quick, a counterattack or a well-worked chance with an open play, or they test the goalkeeper early, keeping Greensboro on their toes, then Averett might feel like they have a lifeline and they just need to get a goal and get momentum swinging their way. So what they will do, we don't know until they do it. But there will be a lot happening on the Averett Sports Network, we can tell you that. As the players are getting ready in this half, it's Greensboro who will kick things off. And it's live, as it's a quick attack straight away. They're trying to get over the head of Overly, but Overly is able to intercept. The interception doesn't get far, as Greensboro once again have it. Greensboro looking to be on the front foot. Great pressure by Evans. She does a good job of maintaining possession, just not able to get out of her feet. It's high pressure by Averett. They're trying to start this this half on the front foot, as Sanchez does a good job of getting tight into the Greensboro player's back and then deflecting out for a throw-in. But the throw-ins by Greensboro have been very dangerous. They've been showing real urgency in their play, especially out wide with those throw-ins, really making the most out of them, launching counterattacks on a constant basis. They're trying to switch the point of attack from left to right, but they weren't able to connect the dots as it goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Cougars inside their own half. Greensboro able to regain possession, trying to get in behind. The pass is just a little too strong as it goes all the way past the defensive line and finds the hands of Heinbaugh. Heinbaugh wasting no time, sending it long. The timing of the jump was mistimed as Greensboro were able to intercept and maintain possession. Averett trying to make life difficult for Greensboro, forcing them to send it long. The pass is successful as they get in behind. Peloton trying to track a runner. And does a great job of getting a foot in. Intercepted by Kelly. Kelly with an audacious run as she attacks on the right-hand side. And she's able to get past. Trying to regain possession, so he's not able to. Brennan sending it in behind on the left-hand side. Another offside call. A shining light so far is that Greensboro have been caught offside multiple times by Averett. They've shown real cohesion at times, this defensive line. With the two center backs being new and not having played much with the two fullbacks, they've done a really good job of getting on the same page compared to how little game time they've had together. So that's a really positive thing to see. As Kelly sends it long, she finds the foot of Evans. Evans with a beautiful touch, and she sends it out to Haymore. Just a little too much force on the pass. But they were able to bypass the press. It's actually deflected, and it goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Cougars deep inside the Greensboro half. Evans takes it long, trying to find Lindström. They're not able to connect as Greensboro are forced to clear it. Now it's Averett having some sort of power play. Peloton finds overly to Alvarado. Alvarado trying to maintain possession. She's getting pressured intensely. She loses the ball. Overly does a good job of getting a foot in. She sends it, and she's able to get it deflected and out, which ends up in a throw-in in her favor. She sends it long, trying to find Minifo. Greensboro trying to get in behind, sending a lot of players up. They attack in huge numbers. There is a lot of space in behind to be exploited, but they do such a good job of once losing the ball, of regaining it, making it difficult for Averett to exploit it in the first place, as Lindström loses control of the ball, and it goes out, and it's a duel between Overly and the Greensboro right winger, who in this second half, the Greensboro right winger is Kaylee Petrauskis. Petrauskis has been dangerous all game, getting on the score sheet as well. The throw-in is taken deep. It's intercepted by Lindström. And Averett are able to maintain possession. Minifo trying to find her strike partner, Evans. She's not able to, as Greensboro once again send it long. Intercepted by Sanchez. Sanchez almost able to connect with Evans. That would have been a very good pass forwards, but finds Minifo as Evans gets the ball from Minifo. Evans not able to get her dribbles off as she's pressed intensely. But Greensboro, these first couple of minutes, it's only been 6 minutes of play in this second half, but in the second half so far, Averett have made life difficult for Greensboro, doing a really good job of doing so. As Overly gets the ball back after a throw-in, she tries to send it in behind. She's not able to find anyone, but it's another throw-in in favor of the Cougars inside the Pride half. The throw-in finds Lindström back to Overly. It's now Norris to Evans. Evans gets a touch on it. Evans inside the box. Not able to maintain control, but really good play, drawing that press from Greensboro and then finding the space in between the holding midfielders and the center backs. Another throw in. Trying to play a bounce pass. They're not able to, as Greensboro now have the chance to launch a counterattack. Good press by Alvarado as she continues to press. And now the space in behind is exploited. It's a foot race now. Heinbaugh does a really good job of coming out of her line, being on the front foot, being offensive, being that sweeper keeper. And she does a good job of clearing it, getting out of harm's way, letting her team get back into position. Peloton trying to find someone, but she clears it out, forcing Greensboro to be further back. But once again, a throw-in on the right-hand side in their favor, inside the Cougar half. It bounces around. Almost a seal dribble by Kelly. As it's inside the box, it's a finish. It's a great save! Ashley Linker does such a good job of getting a foot onto it, getting a yard, getting her shot off. A powerful shot, but a great save was made by Heinbaugh as she's able to tip it over the bar and is out for a corner kick in favor of the Greensboro Pride. The Greensboro Pride trying to get numbers inside the box. It's an outswinger taken deep. Peloton does a good job of getting her head onto it. Haymore clears it, trying to find Evans. Evans not able to get it under control. It's a first-time clearance. It finds the foot of Haymore. Once again, try to find it in behind. Peloton once again get her head onto it. As is out for a goal kick in favor of Heinbaugh. We saw great play on both the offensive and defensive end here. First, the throw-in was dangerous, which created that chance for Linker. And then the save, I think that's the best save, at least so far this game. And then the outswing and corner was very dangerous, going away from Heinbaugh, forcing her to stay a little more defensive on her line. And then it was great defensive play and getting the ball out. They weren't able to launch the counterattack, but Greensboro like to attack in high numbers. They leave spaces, so if Averett are able to execute, there is definitely a market, if you like, a market for counterattacks. As Heinbaugh has time to assess her options, he sends it long. She finds Haymore. Haymore has been very dangerous this season on the right-hand side, trying to connect with Evans. She sends Evans down the line. It's a foot race. It's a foot race against Tag. It's intense. Tag able to get out of it. And Tag draws a foul. The foul is committed by Evans. It's taken quickly. As Greensboro are able to bypass the press. But Kelly reads the play. She intercepts it. She sends it long to Evans. Evans has it under control. It's a 2v2 situation. She cuts inside. She finishes. Evans with a shot. She does a good job of getting a yard and finishes on her weaker left foot. And she does get a good connection onto it, trying to find that bottom left corner. But it's a safe pair of hands by the Greensboro Pride goalkeeper. This game has been a lot, in this second half, has been a lot less controlled, going from back to front a lot quicker with fewer passes within each team. But now, once again, it's Greensboro trying to get in behind. And they're able to get in behind. But Kelly does a good job of getting a foot onto it. And she maintains possession. She tries to find Alvarado. She's not able to. Alvarado trying to create an angle, but it didn't align with the run of Kelly. It's deflected and out and goes for a throw-in. It's taken quickly, and it's deep. As Greensboro enter the attacking third. They switch the point of attack from left to right. They try to get behind Haymore, and they do. And they have space inside the box. It's a first-time finish. And it's wide. Very dangerous attack. A very well-constructed attack, too. Averett have been more on the front foot. They feel in those instances that Greensboro are still dangerous. Greensboro, who have been okay with letting Averett have the ball a little more, you know, being a little more defensive, letting Averett come to them and then attacking the spaces. So kind of switch from what we saw in the first half as Kelly tries to send it in behind. Haymore does a good job of, getting in between the ball and her opponent But the ball is, pass has just a little too much force and it goes out. And out once again. Now this time very deep inside the Averett half in favor of the Pride. It just seems like the tactical setup is a total switch so far from what we saw in the first half. Averett now on the front foot. Evans, the attacker, is very deep. And she sends it long. She finds her strike partner with a beautiful touch. And she has time and space. She tries to find Alvarado with a diagonal pass. It is intercepted. And Greensboro now have the chance to launch a counterattack. And they decide to do so. Trying to get in behind Overly. Pelletin does a good job of stepping up. And she has Overly who covered for her. Therefore, able to stop the danger. Clearing it out for a throw-in. Throw-in's taken quickly. It's a long shot. Heinbaugh does a good job of scanning her angles, knowing that the ball is on the way out. Letting it go out for a goal kick. Heinbaugh assesses her options. She sends it long. She finds the foot of Haymore. Haymore with a beautiful touch on the inside. She has a lot of space in this middle third. She tries to find Minifo in behind. And she does connect with her foot. But that's the last connection they make. But a very dangerous attack. Very direct as well. They were able to bypass the Greensboro press. If there is spaces to attack that you can send with one pass, there's no reason to wait. There's no reason to waste time with those short passes. But the whole point of the short passes is to create those spaces, which is why we've seen the implement of short passing styles on all levels, all over in global soccer. As we see more short passes there as Kelly tries to find Lindström. They're not able to find one another. As Greensboro have the chance to attack with a lot of short passing, they draw the Averett press and switch the point of attack. Overly able to get a foot onto it as she intercepts. Pelletin able to partially clear it as Greensboro maintain possession. The cross from deep is attempted, but it's blocked, and it goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Pride inside the Cougar half on the right-hand side. It's taken deep. Overly able to get a foot onto it as she tackles. But it's a beautiful cross on the inside, and it's a finish! And it's a beautiful cross. Once again, those crosses quickly going across the box. And Greensboro have always a runner on the second post. And they did such a good job of winning the ball high up the pitch and creating that cross, creating that chance. And number 27, the left winger, Alex Dawson, was the one who got her left foot onto it, but goes over and out. And it's still 2-0 to Greensboro here in Danville, Virginia. As Greensboro once again attack. Pelletin does a good job of staying strong. She tries to find Alvarado. She's not able to. Kelly reads the play. She gets her thigh onto it. It goes out on the right-hand side. It finds the feet of a Greensboro player. Evans does a good job of blocking the pass, intercepting it. She tries to find Alvarado, and she's able to maintain possession. She sends it long. The intention is clear, but Averett are forced being so deep that there is no one exploiting the spaces in behind. Brennan sends it long, finds the head of Sanchez. Sanchez able to send it to Evans. Evans maintains possession. She finds Haymore. Haymore back to Evans. It goes out for a throw-in. Evans takes it quickly. Finds the foot of Haymore. Brennan forced to send it long. Kelly reads it. She chests it down. It's headed in behind her, but she's able to get a foot onto it. Clears it. Brennan, who's been very dangerous in terms of making herself available at all times and creating those overloads on the left-hand side. She helps the team move forward on her left-hand side, and it goes over to the right-hand side. As Greensboro have the ball in the middle third, they send it long. Sanchez does a good job of covering for Kelly, trying to find Lindström. It's on the right-hand side now as they get past Overly. They're inside the box. They send it, and it's a beautiful finish. A beautifully executed finish finds the top corner. They did such a good job of winning the ball back and attacking on that right-hand side. It's 28 and a half minutes left of this half. And Greensboro further their advantage, making it 3-0. I believe it was number 14, Kaylee Pestrowskis, once again. She has a brace so far this game. As Greensboro have the ball, and they attack down the right-hand side. They get past Overly. Peloton does a good job of reading it, getting a foot onto it, sending out for a throw-in. Earlier in the season, we talked about how when it works, Averett have done a really good job of sending one fullback up and helping in the press, helping Averett win the ball higher up. But against a team like Greensboro, who have done such a good job of exploiting the spaces in behind, it's been very demanding on the center backs and covering those positions that the fullbacks leave behind. But now they launch a counterattack as Kelly links with Minifo, and they're able to get into the offensive third, but they're not able to maintain possession inside of it. As now it's Greensboro who launch a counterattack, and they're able to get in behind. Ball does a really good job of being offensive and sweeping once again. She got very far out of her line. She read the play early and was able to get a foot onto it. This second half has gone from back to front very quickly. Averett, who were launching a counterattack, then all of a sudden, Averett trying to get that line higher up means they were somewhat caught off guard, and it goes behind them. It's a dangerous set piece on the right-hand side. Brennan, who scored a free kick in the game earlier in the season that Greensboro won. She is dangerous on set pieces. As she takes it on the right-hand side, she sends it deep. It finds the arms of Heinbaugh. As Heinbaugh assesses her options, trying to find someone. She sends it long. She finds Haymore in space. Haymore offered a ton of space. Trying to find Evans. It hits the arm of Evans and is deemed as a handball. Greensboro take it quickly. Finds the feet of Sanchez. Sanchez sends it to Kelly. Kelly trying to get the team forward. She's not able to connect with her striker. And Greensboro once again have the ball. Addison Cole now. It was a dangerous pass in behind, but Kendall Cam just got a little too much force onto it, and it goes in behind with no one able to get control of the pass. It's a goal kick for Averett. Averett started this half positively, showing signs of a team that are capable to get something out of this game, but it's difficult to maintain those high intensity levels throughout a half, especially when you're playing against a team that is managing the game well, knowing that they have the advantage. They're in no rush. They do a good job maintaining possession. So Averett started this half well, but it has kind of slowed down since. With 25 minutes left on the clock, Alvarado trying to find Evans. Peloton does a good job of being on the front foot, heading it out, almost finding Evans too. Evans does a good job of applying pressure as the clearance by Greensboro goes out to Lindström. Sanchez with the first time pass to Evans. Evans turns, finds Haymore. Her pass is intercepted now. There is space for Greensboro to attack. Norris does a good job of winning the ball back. She finds Evans. Evans to Haymore. Haymore flicks it, trying to find Evans once again. They aren't able to connect as Kelly is tight on the striker's back, and she does a good job. Pelton does well. Really well done to cover for Kelly. Evans trying to apply pressure, trying to keep that attack alive, but she's not able to. Abby Lush comes in on this left-hand side, and subbing out is Claire Friedlander. The goalkeeper sends it long. It goes outwards to the right-hand side, finds Sanchez. Sanchez trying to connect with Norris. They're not able to make it work as it goes out for a throw-in inside the Greensboro half in their favor. Showing urgency in these throw-ins as it's taken deep. Sanchez in a foot race now with the new substitute. Another substitution now for both teams. Overly goes out for Parks, as we saw in the first half. And Sansora out. And Brooke Shaw in. Kelly takes it, trying to find Norris. It was intercepted and cleared by Greensboro. Kelly herself intercepts it, but her touch is just a little too strong as her touch is intercepted, trying to find the space in behind Parks. The ball goes out for a throw-in as Parks is set to take. Park takes it, sends it to Alvarado. Alvarado not able to maintain control of it as it goes out. It's taken quickly. It's deep. It's a finish, but doesn't trouble the goalkeeper very much. As the goalkeeper sends it short this time, finding Kelly. Kelly to Pedraza. Kelly makes herself available once again. Pedraza under tight pressure finds Kelly. Does a great job of doing so. Kelly maintains possession. She finds Lindström. Lindström to Norris. Her pass is intercepted. As now Greensboro launch a counterattack. Brennan now finds the substitute as it goes in. They're inside the box. They send it in. Peloton does a good job. It was a foot race between the new substitute Abby Lush, and Lucia Sanchez. Sanchez does a good job of applying pressure, forcing Lush to not get the ideal connection on the pass inside the box. But Peloton does a good job of reading it, going as she cuts the angle off to the first post and clears it out. Pedraza applies pressure as she regains possession, trying to orchestrate something. She finds Evans. Evans trying to find Haymore. They have possession now inside the attacking third. Evans trying to get a cross in. Lindström with the late run. Kind of Frank Lampard-esque, but they're not able to connect as it's a goal kick for the Pride. It's taken long. It's flicked on. It's a foot race now. Sanchez and Marcondes. She cuts inside. A deep cross. It finds someone on the second post. Mackenzie Taylor, I believe. She was just about able to get it under control. It's another cross. It's intercepted by Kelly, and it's cleared. Greensboro able to regain possession. Peloton trying to head it to her goalkeeper. They aren't able to connect, and it goes out for a corner in favor of the Pride on the right-hand side. It's taken short. It's beautifully worked. They're inside the box. Lindström able to get a foot onto it. Lindström ushering the team forward, does a good job of nudging her opponent away. She sends it deep, trying to find Haymore, and she almost does. And she does find Haymore. Haymore on the right-hand side. She has Norris in support. Pedraza joining in as well. She cuts inside. She's trying to find someone in the box. Lindström trying to get in there, but she's not able to. As Greensboro now launch a counterattack, it's sent in behind. Pelleton does a good job of reading it. She gets behind Parks, covers her space, and sends it out for a throw-in. 2 counterattacks back-to-back as the throw-in is taken quickly. It's a 2v1 situation on the right-hand side. It's a shot from deep. And it bounces right in front of the arms of Heinbaugh, making it very difficult for her. It goes in the net. It's 4-0 to Greensboro. It's a very difficult ball to deal with. She gets support from her teammates as the shot was taken from deep, and it bounced. And Heinbaugh, who has stood strong in so many situations so far this game, was very unlucky with that bounce as it kind of hits her knees, as it gets in this awkward height. So it's 4-0 now, as it's a handful of substitutions by Greensboro, making the most out of that deep squad, rotating as much as they can. It was a very difficult kind of shot to deal with. Any goalkeeper can tell you that those that bounce are very difficult to read. If they stay in the air, you can somewhat tell what the trajectory will be. But when it bounces, you don't know when it will bounce, what pace it will bounce at, and so on and so forth. There's so many other factors to deal with. As Averett start the game once again, Kelly finds Lindström to Evans. Evans down to her fullback Parks. Lindström does well in containing the ball despite being pressured. She finds Pelleton out to her fullback Parks. Parks not able to maintain possession as Greensboro once again have the ball. The pass is intercepted. Finds Luckett to Haymore. Haymore with a 2v1 situation. She finds Minafo with the finish. And she does get something in. Maybe there's a lifeline with 18 and a half minutes left on the clock. It's a beautifully worked attack. They win the ball high, and they're able to create numerical overloads, sensing that Greensboro will continue to attack in high numbers. A very well-worked attack, starting with that high press. It's Greensboro 4, Averett 1, with that quick answer to that devastating blow, that devastating dagger by Greensboro. That might have hit the pride, not being able to keep a clean sheet. It's very important that Averett take the positives out of this game, and creating such a beautifully worked goal by that high press, and then connecting with fast passes, moving those Greensboro players around, and then getting such a high quality chance, and then the finish with the left foot as well to the bottom right corner. Very well done. So very, very well worked. It's the assist by Haymore. The goal, the final touch, was by Gianna Minafo. As Greensboro try to launch an attack straight away, trying to get in behind, but finds the feet of Heinbaugh. Heinbaugh assesses her options as she sends it long again to this right-hand side. Luckett now with a good touch as she finds Haymore. It goes out for a throw in favor of the Cougars as Sanchez takes it quickly to Pedraza. Pedraza gets it under control. She's under pressure quickly as it bounces around. It's to Lindström. Lindström trying to find Haymore in behind, and she almost does. It goes out for a throw in deep inside the Averett half. No, sorry, the Pride half in favor of Averett on this right-hand side. Sanchez finds Haymore. Haymore lays off back to Sanchez. Sanchez with the first-time cross finds Evans. It goes, but then that goes to Lindström. Lindström to Parks. Parks trying to find Evans. It's intercepted by Grayley. And Greensboro try to launch a counterattack. Pelletant and Kelly to work with one another, and they're able to do so, just about getting out of trouble. Kelly finds Parks. Parks trying to find Evans. It does bounce out to her. She kicks it off a Greensboro player, and it's a throw-in in her favor. It's taken, finds the goal scorer, Minifo. Minifo not able to get it under control. A tight battle between Abby Lush and Pelletant. For those of us, because we're a family here at the Averett Sports Network, for those of us, the viewers, and ourselves, who just joined, it's 15 and a half minutes left of the game. We're inside the second half, and it's Greensboro 4, Averett 1. Averett have just scored a beautifully constructed attack, providing themselves with a lifeline. Evans trying to get the ball under control. She's not able to. Greensboro trying to launch a counterattack, but the execution is just a little off as it goes out for a throw-in inside the Averett half in their favor. Parks is set to take. She takes it quickly. She finds Lindström. Lindström back to Parks. Parks up to Evans. It's intercepted. One touch passing by Greensboro as they enter the attacking third. Pelletant does get a foot in, but referee deems it a foul. It's right outside of the D. A very dangerous opportunity. It might be awkward for the goalkeeper as it's not fully to the sides. It's kind of in that central area, so you don't know where you want to position. It's very difficult to choose a side to position the wall to. Where do you stand yourself? Is it a right-footed, left-footed shot? All that kind of stuff takes or has a say for the goalkeeper. Marcondes takes it. It hits the wall, and it bounces around, and it's finished. But Heinbaugh gratefully grasps it into her arms. It was deemed offside. Left-footed pass out to Sanchez. Sanchez to Pedraza. It deflects out almost into the feet of Luckett. It goes out for a throw-in in favor of the Cougars. Sanchez takes it quickly, trying to find Haymore. She's not able to, as it's intercepted, and it's sent long. Marcondes does a good job of evading the pressure by Pedraza as he sends it backwards, and it's sent long onto the right-hand side behind Parks. It's an intense battle between Parks and Grayley, the two fullbacks going at it. Parks forced to clear it. It's a throw-in deep inside the Averett half in favor of the Pride. Sent deep. There's no lack of urgency, even though it's this late into the game, by Greensboro to get those throw-ins back into play and catching Averett off guard. Evans takes it quickly, finds Lindström. Lindström trying to find Minifo. She's not able to. As the ball bounces around, Kelly clears it, trying to find Luckett. Greensboro are under high pressure, but they're able to maintain it. Lindström tight on the Greensboro midfielder back. There's a substitution here, which caused a little stop and play. But it's a throw in favor of Greensboro in their half. It's sent long. Finds Lush. Peloton tight on her back. Does a good job of getting a foot onto it. And it almost goes into the stride of Evans. It deflects off Evans. And goes for a throw-in in favor of Pride. Peloton does a good job of screening the ball out of play. Getting a throw-in in favor. She sends it long, trying to find Lindström. It bounces around. Greensboro have it. Peloton trying to clear it. Hits the feet of Pedraza, I believe. She tried to clear it into the space that Haymore occupies. But now, Greensboro are inside the attacking third on the left-hand side. It's a cross. It's deep. It goes past Parks and Evans and Grayley. Almost enter an aerial battle, but it goes out, and it's a throw-in favor of Averett. Lindström goes out, and Norris comes in. Evan takes it, goes deep, tries to find Minifo. They're not able to connect, as Greensboro once again have it. Minifo applies pressure, forcing the fullback to send it long. Hits the shoulder, I believe, of Kelly. Goes in behind. Only finds the feet of the goalkeeper. Hindbaugh not under any real pressure. Takes her time to assess her options. She sends it long. This time into that central right half space. As it bounces around, but Greensboro try to play a 1-2 on their left-hand side, but it's just a little too much force on that last pass, which means that Sanchez has a throw in her favor. She finds Luckett. Luckett able to shield the ball and finds it back to Sanchez. Sanchez all the way back to Hindbaugh. Hindbaugh takes a touch and then finds it all the way over to Parks from one fullback to another. Parks connects with Norris, but Norris's touch is just a little too strong. As Greensboro are inside the box, they finish. Another great save by Hindbaugh. Creating the rebound, but being first onto it. She created the rebound, but was the first person to get back to it, and she was able to clutch it. She was ready to start a counterattack, but there seems to be a Averett player down just for a moment. With under 10 minutes left on the clock, Averett will have to do a lot to get something out of this game. Their efforts have been very noble, very admirable, but Greensboro have made life difficult for them, and they've done such a good job of managing this game. And Averett, as we mentioned, has such a thin squad, making it very difficult for them to manage the game in an ideal way. As Hindbaugh sends it long, she tries to find Luckett. It's an intense battle between Luckett and Emma Carroll. Carroll places the ball down quickly, but the referee says she has to send it a little further back. Mackenzie Taylor is set to take. She sends it long. And it's inside the box, and Sanchez does a really good job of getting a foot onto it, clearing it, whilst it was in the path of the Greensboro attacker. She had the goal gaping, but Sanchez does a really good job of getting a foot onto it, clearing it. And it's out for a corner kick. In swinging this time, a left-footed cross. It goes low. And it stays inside the box. Nobody able to maintain possession. It's cleared. It finds the feet of Evans. Evans clears it herself. And it goes out for a throw-in right in front of the Greensboro bench. It's taken quickly. It's a battle between Grayley and Parks. Pelton does a good job of getting her head onto it. Greensboro maintain possession. Pelton's able to read it. She sends it out. It's another corner kick in favor of the Pride. Once again on this right-hand side. Once again, swinging inwards. A left-footed player takes it. This time it's deep. It finds the head of an Averett player. There's a foul somewhere inside the box, says the referee, and it's a free kick in favor of the Cougars inside their own box. Heinbach sends it deep, finds Haymore. Haymore able to spin her defender, does a really good job of maintaining possession, trying to find Evans in space. She tries to find Minifo, the goal scorer. They're not able to connect, and the goalkeeper picks it up. Assesses her option, sends it long. It goes high. As it bounces around and finds Haymore. Haymore almost able to spin her fullback. Would have been in tons of space if she would have been able to do so. Norris is able to get it under control as she finds Evans. Evans to Parks. Parks to Peloton. Peloton to Kelly. Kelly under intense pressure, but she's able to get a foot onto it, getting it out of harm's way, almost into the stride of Minifo. But Greensboro have it once again. Grayley not able to keep it under control. It goes out for a throw-in inside the Pride half in favor of the Cougars. A chance for them to get some breathing space, send players up. Evans ushering her team forwards as she sends it long. Finds the head of Haymore. Haymore trying to flick it onto herself. And to some extent it worked as she wins throw-in deep inside the Pride half. Evans once again set to take. She takes it deep, trying to find Minifo. Evans sends it all the way back to Peloton. To her fellow center back, Kelly. Kelly, not under any real pressure, assesses her options. She continues down this right-hand side, sending it long. Finds the chest of Minifo, which finds Luckett. But the referee said it wasn't enough control of the ball, and she decides to give a free kick in the favor of the Cougars, close to the Pride box. A very dangerous opportunity. It's in between the 20 and 10-yard line, very close to the D outside of the box. On this right-hand side, it's perfectly set up for someone to finish as the referee sets up the wall. Haymore assessing her options. She could send it to the back post or shoot herself. An arm in the air. She shoots it. She challenges the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper does a good job of clutching it, keeping it in her grasp as she launches a counterattack. It bounces around but finds the foot of Peloton. Then finds Grayley. They get in behind as they enter the box. It's crossed. But Peloton and Kelly do a good job of covering for one another, and it goes out for a corner kick once again on this right-hand side. It's taken. Hits the first post. Once again, it's Peloton who gets her head onto it. And it goes all the way over to the other side. Sanchez able to clear it. Finds the foot of Sanchez once again as she clears it for a second time. Peloton able to get a foot onto it. As a long shot, and Heinbach gratefully clutches it. She has it in her arms. She puts it down. She sends it long. She finds Luckett. Luckett flicks it on, trying to connect with Haymore. They're not able to. Minifo with a good interception. It bounces around. Sanchez gets her head onto it to Pedraza. Luckett once again trying to find Haymore. Now they're able to find one another as Haymore sends it back to Luckett. Luckett not able to maintain control. Greensboro have it in their own defensive third. They switch the point of attack over to the right-hand side, trying to find Grayley. The pass is just a little too strong. It goes out for a throw-in inside the Pride half in favor of the Cougars. Evans sends it to Norris. Greensboro have it. It's an intense battle there in the middle. But they attack, and they're entering the box on the right-hand side. It's another cross, one of those dangerous crosses that we've seen all game. But once again, it hits that area where you don't really know if it's a shot or a cross. So it was just a little too strong for runners to get a foot onto it. But it wasn't angled right neither, to the sense of, was it a shot? Guess we'll never know. As it's taken quickly, Kelly tries to find Luckett. She's not able to find Luckett, but bounces around to Pedraza. Pedraza able to earn her team a throw-in, as Sanchez has it in her arms. She sends it, trying to find Luckett on the right-hand side. They're not able to connect. It goes all the way over to Parks. Parks has space in front of her. She tries to send it up with a first-time pass. Greensboro maintain it. Going from right to central, back over to the right. And it's a finish. It's a dangerous finish, a left-footed shot by Trinity Robinson. Behind ball once again does a good job. As it's a minute left. Averett have done a good job of maintaining possession. But it's once they get past that middle third, they're having difficulties to connect. But we have seen moments of it so far. Kelly takes the throw in this time. She sends it long, tries to find Minifo. It bounces around to Luckett, finds Minifo. Minifo trying to find Haymore. It's intercepted by the center backs as Greensboro continue to attack on the left-hand side. They maintain possession. Now over to the right-hand side as the ball escapes Evans and Greensboro maintain it. Cut inside. Sanchez tries to clear it. A second attempt. Trying to find the feet of Norris. Robinson has it now. A second shot. Finds the hands of Heinball once again. It's taken deep. It goes high. It bounces around. Minifo in tight battles with multiple players. She applies a lot of pressure. As the referee blows for the full-time whistle, final score, Averett 1, Greensboro 4. A very tight game in many aspects. Tight in terms of momentum switches. Each team had momentum, but Greensboro were able to capitalize on it to a greater extent. Both teams trying to play in the same manner, and they did a good job. Both teams had their moments, but Greensboro did such a good job of suffocating the play in terms of keeping possession, recycling it, making life difficult for Averett, and that's what the score reflects. We'll be back here soon, as this was just the second of 3 home games in a row for Averett. The next one is September 10th at 6 p.m. versus Methodist University. That will be a very interesting game to watch as well. So thank you very much from us here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. My name is Carlos Soli, and thank you very much for joining us for tonight's game. Averett 1, Greensboro 4.